Hello, everybody. Joe Beganones here, and welcome back to another episode of Full Metal Demon Muramasa. Only one day late this time, and a little later in the afternoon than I had planned for. You see, I set up my my light in my bedroom. It's like one of those fancy Bluetooth light bulbs to automatically turn on at like 9 a.m. to coincide with my alarm going off. Except for the fact that I forgot to set my alarm for 9 a.m. It was still set for like 11. So, even though my light turned on, I sleep like buried in my blankets. Not like underneath, because that gets a little stuffy. Kind of like how if you see a dog underneath a blanket, they just have like their fucking snoot sticking out. It's kind of like that, where I just have the blankets piled on top of me, you know, and the only thing sticking out is like my fucking nose and mouth. So that way I can breathe. So I didn't notice the light came on. Also, I'm tired. Ugh. Not the deathly tired I've been the past couple times I recorded. I went to the gym after work, you know, so I didn't get home till like 1:30 a.m. And then, you know, slept in. So it's that like I'm physically exhausted before going to bed and then waking up and still being like, man, I could just like sleep forever, kind of tired. But yeah. Just trying to get it all out of my system. I've already got my one pot of coffee in, which, you know, as we know, just makes me even sleepier. It's weird, like I can feel like think better with one pot of coffee, but also it like lulls me into sleep. It's like, oh, I'm nice and warm now. Time to go to bed. Yeah, last time on Full Metal Demon Muramasa, we did the Chachamaru end, which only took like 20 minutes, and then we continued on the Conqueror route towards the true end in the Muramasa branch, which will happen. It looks like quite a bit of time from now. You know, looking at the flow chart, there's still a good chunk of content left until we get there. And we had our big old fight with Chachamaru and her fucking doofy looking transformation. Like I get they can't just you know, give her the design of when she's, you know, fucking henshined up with Kageaki, because that's like different, I guess. But just the proportions, she's already really short. So then if you try to like mech her up and give her these like fucking giant legs, like they're just really thick on a stubby little torso. And her little forehead plate. Like, just give her a helmet. It'll help. Right now she just looks like a dwarf or something. It's very, very odd. Very odd design choice. But, you know, that's kind of the point, I guess, is that, you know, it's like halfway there. Not entirely, you know, it's not all clicking into place. Because, you know, she doesn't have an actual fucking a pilot. So it's weird. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, had that brawl, and now they're dropping the bomb. All right, go. I'm on a time limit. It's noon. I got 2 hours. I got 2 hours to do this, and I got to get ready for work.
Tekketsu. Hanagushi. Tagatsu. Shakushou.
Man, that's a lot of zeros. I mean, you say that, but you one-shot them all.
だが惜しいかな。光に一たち浴びせるには至らぬ。ひるむまじ、振るうべし。我こそはと思わんもののふ。光の前へ出てこれ。こんなことが。
Nope. Fucking playing against someone with cheats on.
これだけの数でかかって。
just notice with the machine gun, they have like an extra like mechanical like arm there to, you know, hold it up. keep it attached, so that way they don't drop it.
だが囲い込み足は止めた。予定通りに。
Yeah, but it's still got the, fucking 50 zeros behind it. It being Hikaru.
準備完了。よし、来て。落ちろ化け物。命中。仕留めたか。
No, that'd be a little anticlimactic.
魔天候の手法を浴びて形を保っていられるものはこの世に存在しない。
Yep, just keep planting those flags in the ground, bud.
その論誤ってはいない。もしも光がその兵器に全く無知であったら、この身は砕かれていたやもしれぬ。それほどの威力。
片手で受け止めた？
Yeah.
光は江ノ島で同じものを賞味しているのでな。
Oh, it's the same thing as that. I guess that
あれ
makes
が
sense.
波を飛ばす兵器であることも、波を打ち消すにはどのよう
I
な
wouldn't
技
have
が
put
適
two
す
to
る
do
のか
two
も
and two together.
心
So.
得ている。光に打撃を届かせた武略は一流であった。しかしあと一つ、運が不足していたか。
どうしろって。
Die.
なめ8番大菩薩。
You die.
どうしたらいい？
If your name is just your job description followed by, like, designating the letter, you're just gonna die. Especially if the person you're fighting hits you with a fucking special attack.
魔天候。母艦が。六原の希望が。
Yeah, that's kind of the downside of Zeppelins, they just kind of do that.
嘘だろ。
Especially depending on what kind of gas they're filled with. Like, you don't want to do nitrogen. No, wait, you don't want to do hydrogen. You want to do nitrogen, because nitrogen's inert. And it's lighter than air.
この花を見てうずくか、我が子ら。
So yeah, in theory you can do helium, but helium's like technically like a rare element, so it's kind of hard to get enough to, do a fleet of Zeppelins.
戦いを欲するのか。生命と生命の覇権争奪を。ならば行け。
Yeah. So weird.
8番大菩薩。これが。
I mean, maybe.
六原の定めなのか。力で時代を制覇した我々が。
Yeah.
さらに上回る力で虫けらのように。
Yeah, not so fun being on the receiving end, is it?
ミド、
何か。
大物が近づいておる。なかなかの剣。おそらくしても凡俗ではある
Oh
まい。
yeah, let's see what Raicho can actually do, huh? Oh no, it's
六原
Doshin.
小
All
学
right.
坊にして大和竜軍中将を拝命する遊佐同心入道。白銀の流星現ると聞き及び、年がいもなくしゃしゃり出てまいった。
名高き子が中将殿か。これはこの光、不覚にも見誤った。
おお、何者と思われたか。
老体と見えて敏速なる気候。かの交換省に違いあるまいと見定めたのだが。
Unfamiliar with the name, but I'm gonna assume it's some fucking, Three Kingdoms reference.
これはしたり、これはしたり。よもや銀星号殿に世辞を言っていただけるとは思わなんだ。
光は世辞を好まぬ。円滑な人間関係の構築のため必要な場合もあろうが、今がそうだとは思っていないぞ。
申されまい申されまい。この生臭坊主、人から褒められることには不慣れでござるゆえ、恥ずかしゅうて図体の置きどころが
Yeah,
なく
you
なり
certainly
申す。
do have a couple interesting voices.
されば重ねては言うまいが。して古賀中将殿、御用の向きは。
Well, you're kind of like ruining everything, so if you could like stop.
まずは問答を一つ願おうかの。人の姿をした災いと呼ばれ、まさに大災禍を天地に振りまいておられる銀星号殿。貴殿の望みは何辺にありや。
Exaltation and godhood?
その問いならば答えは安い。天下不武。
おお。武をもって天下の主となるが望みでござるか。
You want a job?
しかり
No, birds of a feather and all that.
正しき武の法を天下に敷く。その法にのっとり万人と武を競い頂へ至るが光の望むところ。
正しき武の法とは
殺法、司法、教法、祝法。
Really, really hone those skills, you know, grind your sword on the fucking grindstone of, you know, this fucking everyone else's bones.
相手を求め戦い勝ち殺す。しかして競い合い最強の一者を決する。
正しい。グーの音も出ぬわ。
Yep.
それこそ武の武器の
Well, you're really self-assured in your plan,
真
so
実であることを誰がどうして否定できようか。武は殺し合いのためにあり、しからば殺し合わねばならぬ。正しく純一に武を追えば、その簡素にして明瞭なる真理へ行き着くほかない。
まさに
武が正しくあれば、世は騒乱に満つるべし。世に和平を敷くのであれば、武はすべて滅ぶべし。いやー、はっきりしておるの。偽善も虚飾もへりくつも何もござらん。
honest to herself to a fault.
この同心棒、感服いたした。
ならばいかがされる。武は今ここに2つ存在する。
Well, that means you fight.
正しき法に従うしかござらんの。
気の進まぬげな向上は耳におかしい。元よりそのつもりであられたろうに。
Well, you know, a gentleman can't, you know, bear his desires, you know, in front of a lady like that. Gotta have some reservation.
来ませい。いざ尋常に勝負。
さて、どうもこの姫予想以上。
Yeah, just a smidge.
悪徳大使同心棒もようやく年貢の納め時か。しかし納め時に踏み倒してこそバサラ者の面目役所というものよ。やってくれねばなるまいて。
And you know, we're not allowed to see. That's just set dressing going on on the side.
そうか。10日の用意はできているな。
は、問題ありません。当該機体はすでに爆走を終えて射出口で待機しています。
ならいい。
キャノン中佐。
なんだ。
我々の目的は達成されるのでしょうか。
Winning right now isn't about defeating Rokahara. It's kind of about surviving.
なあ、やるさ、ガーゲット注意。ヤマトを取り、女王と戦い、故郷を解放する。あの広大な大陸で待つ同胞たちのために。
Yeah, buddy.
そして、今は亡き同胞たちのために。ウィロー少将、それにガーゲット少佐、君の兄の勇敢な死に応え
Yeah, I
な
was
くては
about
な。
to say, it's like, well, he's got a unique portrait, and he's also Gargit, you know.
はい。
Some relation, and yes, even though they look, you know. I was gonna say, you know, fucking there's like no familiar, like, appearance relationship at all, but it might just be the hair. It's been a hot minute since I've seen
な
fucking
んだあれ
Gargit.
は。
中佐殿、何か。
地上の様子が変だ。あれは友軍か。まだ撤退していないのか。注意、地上と連絡を取れ。至急だ。はっ。
中佐殿、
どうだ。
不堕落城周辺は混乱しています。
Yep,
あのシルバーが出現したらしく。
they're already as good as gone.
なんだと。
その影響で 我が軍の撤退は完了しておりません。銀星号が原因と思われる狂乱状態の渦中に巻き込まれています。
何を迷うのだね、キャノン中佐。
Well, you know, he's a professional military man, you know, killing his own soldiers for no good reason, mind you. It probably doesn't sit right.
教授。
さあ、炭造雷弾を投下するとき
Yep,
だ。
come on, chop chop. We got a
発令
timetable.
したまえ。
スラップスティックコメディをやる気はありませんよ。
僕にもないね。
味方の頭の上に爆弾を落とせと。
But, you know, as the situation stands, they're already good as dead, so.
必要な犠牲だ。
必要と言い切るには議論が足りていないと思いますが。
そうかな。試してみようか。
Sure.
今炭造雷弾を使えば六原を撃滅できる。大和の民は我々に依服し、我々は大英連邦に挑む足場を獲得する。今が好機。次の機会はいつやってくるかわからない。さて、論議の余地があるかな。中佐、するべきことは分かっているはずだよ。無駄な時間を費やすのは予想じゃ
You
ない
know, I
か。
want to argue, but, you know, Wolf's kind of right.
私はあなたと違って凡人なんです。そう簡単には真実とそうでないものを割り切れませんよ。
普段なら悩むのもいい。
You're being too serious. You're an officer in the Queen's army, you know. Having regard for your men's lives is like not in your fucking job description.
軍人ならわかるだろ
う。あいにく戦場で味方を爆撃してでも目的達成に固執するべきなのかという問題に取り組むのはこれが初めてでして。
地上に我々の味方などいない。あれは連盟軍、大英連邦の手先だよ。そうではないか。
その中に同胞もいるんですよ。
It's like some of them would be on our side.
必要な犠牲だ。わからないのか、君ほどの男が。つまり無垢な少女のパンツを脱がすことは至上の閲楽だが、しかしその閲楽を味わうためにはまず苦汁を飲んでパンツを履かさなくてはならない。そういうことなのだ。
I'm pretty sure that's like I was gonna say confounds. Profound. There we go. Profound in your head, but you know.
ますますわからなくなりましたが。
手を焼かせる男だな。中佐、君はウィロー少将
Yeah,
の最後をもう
you really gonna
忘れ去っ
waste
て
it?
しまったのか。
This opportunity he gave his life for?
彼の遺言を忘れたのか。君に頼むとそう言っただろう。
Yeah, we're making the mother of all omelets here, Jack.
彼の悲願を踏みにじるつもりか、
Can't cry for every single broken egg.
ウォルフ教授。
さあ、君のなすべきことは一つだけだ。直ちに命令を下すのだよ。素敵なライターだね。でも僕はタバコをやらないんだ。
それは健康的でよろしい。ぜひそのまま健康的な態度を取り続けてください。
And part of those choices are leaving me the fuck alone.
この素敵なライターは使い方を一つ間違えるだけで
You know, play
大
with
変
fire,
に
you
不
get
健康な
burned.
結果を招いてしまうので、どうしても、そうどうしてもフォージドボムを落としてほしいとおっしゃるのなら、まずはその真意を明かしていただきましょう。
You know, we're
それ
trying
が
to
筋道というものではありませんか。
pull God up from the bowels of the earth.
何を今さら君は言うのかな。
Yeah.
すべては大英連邦の
For
傲慢
God
な
and
る支配に
country.
拒絶の鉄槌を加えるため。
教授、あと一度だけ同じ質問をします。
Yeah.
返答が変わらなかった場合、残念ですが
Clearly not driven by
不健康なお
patriotism,
体にな
so.
っていただきますので。あなたはフォージドボムの使用にこだわってきた。そう、勝利ではない、戦果ではない、政治的意義ではない。ただボムを不堕落に投下するというその行為にのみ執心していた。
I mean, we got this real big fire tractor, you know, might as well use it.
キャノン君、
Really want to see it go
どう
up.
も誤解が。
ウォルフ教授、覚えてらっしゃいますか？開戦前の横浜での会話を。
Nope, I don't. That was like a week ago for me.
いえ、勝てない可能性すらあります。
Fuck, more than a
負
week
けると
ago.
までは言わずとも、こちらが起とする敵軍主力の早期撃滅を果たせない恐れがあります。
苦戦すると？
ええ、
そうだな。好都合ではないか。
何ですと？
戦況が不利になったら、
Uh-huh.
それを口実に鍛造雷弾の使用許可を求めればよいのだ。連盟本部も大規模な増援を派遣するよりお手軽な方を望むだろ
う。教授、少し無謀が過ぎませんか？
いやそう決めつけたものでもないぞ、キャノン中佐。
あなたはあの時好都合だと言ったんです。何が好都合なんでしょうね。
Mm-hmm.
通常兵力による関東侵攻を選択した我々にとって、
Well, you know,
最良の結末とは
we got this new weapon.
作戦が順調に運び、
Gotta test it out.
最低限の損害で不堕落を落とすことです。
And we can only build one, so we can't just kind of like do a test in the middle of nowhere.
苦戦に陥り、フォージドボムを使わねばならない状況にまで追い込まれることが好都合であるはずがありませんよ。好都合なのはあなた個人だ。
Yep.
そうなんでしょう、教授。どんな理由でか、フォージドボムを絶対に使わなくてはならないあなたにとっては、我々の苦戦こそ望ましい。そうなるよう努力もなさいましたか？六原に情報を流すとか。答えていただきましょう。
Perhaps.
ウォルフ教授。
最後の審判を仰ぐためですよ、キャノン中佐。
Oh,
ガーゲット中尉。
you're part of the group, huh?
うかつな真似はなさらないでください。召喚のライターも不健康な代物です。
君はウォルフ教授の仲間なのか？
Yep.
ええ、
真実を求める同志。
それは違いますよ。召喚は
Oh, you just want to end the
俺はもう
world, huh?
単に疲れたんです。
Oh, I suppose it makes sense. You and Garget are from Florida, and you're like hardcore, like evangelist Christians. So you're all about the fucking Judgment Day.
疲れたんですよ、
Yeah.
キャノン中佐。
All you guys care about is fucking the rapture.
中尉。
ヤマトを占領してどうなるんです。次は大英連邦を相手に果てしない戦争をやるんでしょ
Uh-huh.
う。いつ終わるかわからない。勝てるかどうかもわからない戦争。もううんざりなんですよ。
だから故郷の解放を諦めるのか？
Yeah, kinda.
代償は金か、それとも別の何かか、それは知らないが、この怪しげなヒゲ男に誇りと仲間を売り渡し、のどかに余生を過ごすと？
Oh, there'll be no peace.
あのジョージの弟だ。もう少し気概はあると見ていたんだがな。まさか女王に本心から屈服しても構わないと思っているとはね。
見くびらないでほしい。
Mm-hmm.
女王に頭を下げたりはしません。
だが戦うのはやめて、どこか南の島にでも逃げたりはするのか？
いいえ、戦いますとも。大英連邦に裁きを与えますとも。
それは素晴らしい。何百年後にだい。
I know when the time is right.
今日のうちに。
Yeah. Don't you see? God will punish them.
最後の審判とか言ったな。
ええ、
最近の若者のジョークには疎くてね。おじさんにも分かるように説明し
He's
ても
like,
ら
yeah,
えない
you
か。
see, I'm a Methodist.
構いませんが、
I'm
ま
not
ず鍛造雷弾の投下を。
not familiar with your
ご明察の
denomination.
通り、我々はそれを求めているのです。
自分でやったらどうだ？見たところ上官の頭に銃を押し付ける遊びで忙しいようだが、実は俺も学術顧問を相手に同じ遊びの最中でね。
Oh, does he have the fucking command authority to do that?
中佐、
神を呼ぶのだよ。
教授、
神を呼ぶのだ。我々の世界に。神の前では
He's like, what, is that like a metaphor?
人類はその罪を業を
私の知っている神様というやつは
Yeah.
怠け者で なかなか人間の前には姿を見せてくださらないはずなんですがね。
神はこの数千年地底の寝室で寝てばかりだ。高いびきでね。神を大いなる父として崇め立て祭りたい我々にとってあまり理想的なお姿とは言えない。そろそろシャキッとしていただこうと思うのだ。まずは寝床から叩き起こし、外に出
Careful what
て
you wish for. Old men tend to be grumpy when you wake them up from their naps.
誤解だといいのですが、あなたはもしかして
Yeah.
実在する神を地上へ下ろすと言いたいのですか？
Or a being like so infinitesimally close that there's no distinction between like it and a real god.
そのために鍛造雷弾という特大の鐘を打ち鳴らすのだよ。
申し訳ありませんが教授、
Yeah.
全く理解できません。
You'll have to get a whiteboard and some like diagrams.
人知の理解を超えるところにも
Like, oh, don't worry, you'll
真
see.
実はある。
神秘主義者の常套句ですな。
その一言で思考停止するべきではない。君は考え、そして認めた方がいい。
All you gotta do is read my paper.
はあ、地底の神とやらを。
君はずっと見過ごしていたガーゲット中尉の配信を今ようやく事実として認めているだろう。それと同じことさ。
Yeah, seeing's believing.
君は僕の知る中で最も明敏な人物の一人だ。
Let's not.
はあ、ハイドリヒ君を思い出すよ。
Let's not go there.
しかし完璧な知性の所有者ではない。かの SS 大将ラインハルト・ハイドリヒもやはり完璧ではなくテロに倒れたよう
Well,
に。
fitting in for him, I suppose.
何がおっしゃりたいので？
君が気づいていない真実についてさ。ガーゲット中尉だけだと思うかね。君は GHQ の各部署へ新大陸独立派の仲間を密かに送り込み、権限を掌握しただろ
う。何ですと？
Fill in the ranks with true
も
believers.
ちろん簡単ではなかったがね。
Or, well,
しかし中尉の兄ジョー
maybe
ジ・ガーゲット少
indoctrinating
佐の
them,
死後は
you know,
差し物
as
君
well.
も
But
足元への注意がそれまでよりおろそかになった。その隙に僕の仲間が潜り込んだ。君の組織の中に。決して多数ではないが必要な時に必要な働きができる程度の数はいる。この船の中にも今この時必要な間だけ船の機能を
no one expects an inside
奪い取れる
attack.
程度の数は。さて
So were they all just like waiting outside the door for the cue?
僕はこれから質問と要求をする。イエスかノーで答えてもらおう。
どうぞ。
君は多くの大切なことを見落とした。
イエス。
君は完璧ではなかった。
イエス。
君は敗北した。
イエス。
では我々に協力してくれるかな。
ノー。教授、私は敗者です。
Okay.
なぜかな。
単なる一般論ですよ。神に祈る者、神を敬う者、神を知らぬ者、神を罵る者が勝者になった例はある。
Okay.
しかし、神にすがる者は常に敗者だ。
I mean, I guess there's some truth in that.
そうか。
ウォルフ教授、私からも最後に一つ構いませんか？これまでずっと言いたくてたまらなかったことがあって。
なんだい？
この狂人が。
Yeah.
いや。
It's like, you gotta be to, you know, go through with this. The first 3 years of her life were happy. Looking back, this only made everything worse. She spent those years in a tiny mountain village, a nameless girl raised by an elderly couple with whom she shared no common blood. Her caretakers were simple folk, not saints, but as capable of kindness as most folks are. They treated her as well as they would any child, and never spoke of why they had adopted her. Her life was threadbare, but peaceful, and so she was happy. It was the last happiness she would ever know. In her 4th year, thieves attacked the nameless girl's home. They murdered her parents, then turned their blades on her. That was the moment her happiness ended, where 3 terrible things had occurred. First, she had lost the only family she'd known. Second, she had learned the fear of death. Third, they had taken too long to kill her. By allowing her dormant nature to awaken, the thieves had unwittingly saved her life, and that was the greatest misfortune of all. With sudden, hideous strength, she tore the bandit's limb from limb, and while screeching in agony, for her, the world had changed, and the change tormented her. The girl did not die that night, but the village took no pity on her. Instead, they feared her for what she had done, and spoke of driving her from their midst. The girl did not resist. She left before the bodies were even laid to rest, striking out into the deep forest, far from any human dwelling. No one had yet told her to go. They did not need to. She knew what was whispered in every house and hearth. She was no longer welcome. But even if she had been, she would have done the same. People had become a source of torment. Everywhere they were, she could hear their voices, crashing against her like waves on a cliff. She covered her ears and plugged them with wax, but nothing could keep the voices out. Only distance offered some measure of relief. The farther she went, the softer they became, till almost fading away. But there was one voice that never faded, no matter how far the girl ran. Ow. His voice came from deep underground, a constant roar filling her skull. Days and months passed without sleep. And here is where her happy childhood exacted its most bitter toll, where she still remembered those first 3 years. The peace, the quiet. She still remembered what it was to sleep. That comfort would never be hers again. And so she suffered, this nameless girl, for she could not rest, and she could not die. Time passed until one day, men found her deep in the woods. They had been searching for months, they said. It was time for her to come home. They brought her to a great manor. There, she was washed and given clean clothes, beautiful clothes, such as she had never seen. And then a man came to see her, a great lord with gentle eyes, who embraced the nameless girl and said, "Welcome home, daughter." The lord was her father, she learned. Her mother had died in childbirth, and though he loved her dearly, circumstances had not allowed him to raise her himself. Instead, he had given her to an elderly couple to nurture and protect her until he could claim her. But when that time had come, it was already too late. The couple had been murdered by brigands, and the child had vanished without a trace. Oh, how he worried, he told her through tears. How he'd lain awake at night, praying for her safety. But all of that was over now. They were together at last, father and daughter, and everything would be all right. First, she needed a name. Thus, the nameless girl became Lady Cha-Cha, Princess of Hortigoe, sole heir to Lord Ashikaga Muramasa. She had the finest clothes, the best food, servants to wait on her every need. But none of it could make her happy, not as she had been all those years ago. After all, she could hear everything.
殿、まさか本当にあの半恵美氏を跡継ぎになさるおつもりですか？
愚かなことを聞くな。あれはつなぎだ。つなぎに過ぎん。
Yikes.
跡継ぎが流行り病で死んでしもうたからな。このままでは我が家は廃絶する。 畜生同然でも我が子は我が子。手元に置く必要があったのだ。
Yeah, you know, just until we can get another son going.
そこまで焦らずとも。
Get another male heir.
たけ、あの忌々しい森氏めが虎視眈々とわしの隙を伺っておることを忘れたと申すか。次男坊あたりを養子に押し込んで聞かねえ。
はあ、確かに。
そんな理由でもなくば、わしとてあんな妙なガキを引き取るものか。気まぐれで手をつけた虎鉄の助紋種がはらみ寄ったので、面倒が生じる前に我が身を鍛造して剣になれと命じたのだがな。どうしたわけか。できたのは赤子。
Yeah, right. So I was right in my assessment of what had happened there.
エミシどもはそれを28代目虎鉄入道沖永だと剣だと言い張ってよこしてきたが、まったく気味の悪い話を。
それで辺境の村に追いやられたので。
Yeah, you know, it's an interesting thing to happen, but so be
事
it.
情も話さず押し付けてきたのだ。粗略にされてすぐに死ぬだろうと思っておった。それが3年経って念のために調べてみれば、
I think you should have just like left her in the woods instead of
し
giving
ぶ
her
とく
to
生き延
someone.
びておる。鬱陶しくなって資格を放ったのだが、これが潜んじてな。
なん
Oh man, you're a real piece of work, huh?
あのガキ、生まれが生まれだけに怪しい力でもあるのかもしれん。わしの種からそんな魔物ができたかと思う。
しかし殿、それは今にして思え
Man,
ば
dude's
幸
playing
い
like
でござい
fucking
ましたな。
real life CK3.
殺し損ねたからこそ、お家を救う役に立てられるわ
So
け。
yeah, you know, sometimes you know when you're playing Crusader Kings, you gotta off this bad air so that way you know your other one can take over who actually has good stats.
うん。だが、あくまでつなぎ。
You know, that's just in the game. You know, we're fucking metagaming. This is, well, at least for them, real life.
次の子が生まれたら、あれは今度こそ始末せねば。
は
Oh yes, she heard it all. Years passed, wars were fought, Rokahara ascended to dominion over Yamato. And at long last, the princess's father got the child he'd so desired. That night, as the rest of the household celebrated the birth of their next lord, Lady Chacho was abducted from her chambers. This time, the assassin was a Musha. Her inhuman powers would not save her as they had in her childhood. And then, though resistance was the farthest thing from her mind, she had always known this day would come. If this was her fate, then so be it. As she lay on the river's bank in the moonlight, hard gravel beneath her and a blade at her throat, Chacha thought back to that day long ago. She should have died back then. She should have let them kill her. Survival had brought her nothing but pain. But now, it was finally over. Finally.
まあ人にはいろいろな事情があるのだろうが、夜闇の中、剣持つ者が無抵抗の女を殺しかけている図というのはどうにも驚愕な。武者よ、そんな無粋な遊びはやめて。
There's no honor in
俺
this
の相手を一
conflict.
つ務めてみてはどうか。
Gotta fucking wharf it up on him. Silver Musha had descended from the heavens, like a sliver of the moon had the sliver of the moon come suddenly to life. Princess, Chacha realized at once. A real princess, not like her. She had only the blood and the title. This princess had nobility. Silver Musha, too, had reached a conclusion regarding the nature of the girl she had saved. She summed it up thusly.
なんだ、負け犬か。
Yeah.
つまらん目をしている。どうせさっさと死にたいとか考えているのだろう。死んでも楽にはならんのに。死は停したぞ。絶望して死ぬ者は絶望に沈み続けるのだ。いつまでも。
I mean, not wrong.
お前のような奴にこそ部の方を叩き込んでやりたいが、どういうわけか波が効かぬらしいな。 こんな負け犬を殺しては光の部の汚れと言って放置していくのも
Yeah, you know, let
何
her,
点かを制覇せんとするものの行
you
動
know,
で
let
は
her
ない
find her purpose to fight, and then, you know, we'll come back to you. Bookmark
ど
the
う
side
しよう
quest for later.
この負け犬始末に困るやんぬるかなこれも何かの絵にし
So yeah, sure, it's easy to
お
step
姉
on
さ
an
んの
ant,
人生
but you
相談
know,
の相手をしてやろう
it's not really fun. It's kind of a hassle. Tell you?
さあ言え言ってみろお前はどうしてそんなにもどうしようもなくみっともなく恥ずかしげもなくへたれているの
Well,
だ
you see, it all started when I was born. Is it really that bad?
来年度の全世界挫折選手権に出場するため特訓中なのかと思えるくらいにはな
It's so hard.
何が
The voices. They won't leave me alone. I hear everyone always talking in my ear. And that monster underground, it never stopped screaming. Can't take it anymore. Just want it to stop.
すまない綺麗さっぱり全然わからんだがそれは耳栓とかでなんとかならないものなのか
No. I've tried.
医者でもダメか耳鼻科とかあと考えなしに人に勧めると侮辱と受け止められてしまうことが多いので注意が必要
This
な
is the
病院とか
40s. They will just give you a lobotomy and be done with it. Yeah.
なるほど厄介だな
Actually,
しかしそれなら元を立てばよいだろう
when was the lobotomy, you know, in vogue? I think this might be too early for it, really. Lobotomy history. When? Give me a date. The original procedure shared the Nobel Prize Medicine of 1949. So yeah, it's a little early. The use of the procedure increased dramatically from the early 40s into the 50s. So yeah, if this is a couple years, okay. So the main story takes place in what's the equivalent of 1940. This is a couple years prior. So it would be like before lobotomies are really a thing. So they would just throw you in like a fucking mental institution and like, I don't know, fucking electrocute you or something to get rid of your bipolar schizophrenia. The source?
何か知らぬがお前の耳元で騒いでいる奴らがいるわけだそいつらを全員抹殺すれば静かになる理屈ではない
I mean, yeah, you can do that for the people, but, you know, it would take a while with a pickaxe and shovel to get down to God. You can't.
なぜ
There's too many. I'd have to kill everyone in Izu to make the voices go away. Even that might not work. Might have to kill everyone in Yamato. No, what if that's still not enough? What if the voices won't go away until there's nobody left in the world?
そうかなら殺したらいいんどうした俺は何か変なこと言った
Yeah, you know, we're doing algebra. It's like, there's you, and then your solution is, or the end goal we're trying to reach is quiet. And then there's the people. What do we need to do to get the quiet? Get rid of the people so that way you equals quiet. Easy. Very.
どうして世界中の人を殺さないとお前は楽になれないのだろうなら殺す単純な話だ、三段論法ですらない
Your view of things is just obstructed by your, you know, reasonable human logic. That includes you.
そうか決戦だな
Yeah, the best man win.
しかし奇遇実は俺もお前と同じだ世界すべてと戦い打ち倒さねばならぬ
Why?
愛を得るためこの光は人を超え
そのために全人類と戦って勝つ。
Sounds complicated. That makes no sense whatsoever.
お前、実は執念深いだろ。
How can you fight?
どうして？
Well, she does these really big kicks and like throws black holes sometimes. Can't fight the whole world.
逆に俺が聞こう。どうして世界とは戦えない？
I mean,
だって
it's the world.
負け犬め。
I mean, sure, it might take a while, but you know, you can do it.
なぜ諦める？相手が世界だから。それがどうした？そちらが全世界全人類なら、俺は一個の港光が対等の勝負を挑んでいけない理由があるか？
The numbers game.
戦う前から降伏して、望みを諦めなくてはならない理由があるか？
But you know, you're the unreasonable sort, so that won't speak anything to you.
一つだけ教えてやろう。戦うことは誰にでもできる。敵がどれほど強く大きくともな。
Mm-hmm. So you can
勝
still
ち負けの優
try.
劣は知らぬ。ただ戦うことは必ずできる。
All you gotta do is ball up your fist and fucking swing.
その意志があれば。
Swing for the fences, baby.
この理屈がわからんなら、お前は骨の髄から負け犬だ。だが、本当にわからんか？
Doesn't matter how strong my enemy is. Doesn't matter that I can't win. I'd still fight. I can always fight. As long as I have the will. So long as I have the will. And so the scales fall from her eyes, and she sees clearly for the first time.
堀越中将閣下、お待ちください。これより先は。
この上か。
ちゃちゃ丸。
Like, what's with that fucking getup?
こんなところで何やってるの？軍は？
それどころじゃねえだろ。チャーハン作ってる最中の中華鍋みたいになってんだぜ。
You're telling me
城
a
の中も
shrimp
外も。
fried this rice?
ええ、銀星号が現れたんですってね。
時代の身が心配だ。様子を見に行くからそこ通せよ。
そうなの？わかったわ。
Like, maybe put the claws away
ちゃ
first?
ちゃ丸。
なんだよ。
あなた、剣を持っていたの？
ああ。まあまあ、悪くねえだろ。
The big hips are a little weird, but sure. Or not even the hips, it's like the thighs. The I was gonna say the anatomy's a little weird, but not really. You know, compared to his. His also have like the weird legs that come out from like the pelvis. It's like instead of coming out the bottom, they like come out the sides.
そうね、素敵よ。三本爪なんて珍しいじゃない。
ありがとよ。じゃあな。
ねえ、ちゃちゃ丸。
急いでんだってば。
マロの剣はどう？
It's garish.
膝丸か？ご立派だよ。おじじのひげ切りと並ぶ源氏の司法って呼ばれるだけのことはあるな。
ありがと
う。もういいか。
ねえ、ちゃちゃ丸。あなたは知っていたかしら？お父様のひげ切りとマロの膝
Oh, cool. Like at the same time?
片方が傷を負うと、もう
Oh.
片方は同じ場所にあざが現れるのよ。
Really? That's convenient. It's like I was wondering where these like 3 claw-shaped scars came from on my armor.
あの日、あの忌まわしい宝刀参拝の日、膝丸の胸に現れたの。
Damn, that's crazy.
この三本爪の傷跡がね。
Is it? They seem kind of far apart, but sure.
ちゃちゃ丸。
Seems like a bit of a design flaw, though, where if one gets damaged, so does the other.
ちゃちゃ丸。こんなものでこの今川来長を倒せると思うか。
Like, you may have got old Moriuji by surprise, but, you know, if you see it coming, you know.
四郎のところに行くと言っていたわね。謀反人。お父様の次は四郎ということ?
Okay, yeah, you're a little in your right to be kind of a little peeved with her.
させるものですか。お前はここで死になさい。何がおかしいの?
時王のやつ。
Oh yeah, he might actually be like fucking bonkers
無事かな。
if he's not suited up.
本当は当てが行くまでもない。もう終わってるはずだ。力じゃ勝負にもならねえけどよ、ライチョウ。少年の悪さは。
Uh-huh.
お前、何?
He's got like fucking Kinsego brainworms or something.
縁結びかな。
But hey, as long as he's still alive, you know, it doesn't matter if he's a fucking crazy invalid. He's gotta, you know, keep him away from the public eye and just kind of rule from behind the scenes.
戦いの音がまだ遠い。これは破滅の響き。滅びるのか、六原がおじい様の作った。いや、
Probably. Hopefully.
滅びるべきなの
Yeah.
は六原は悪しきものだ。
Hey, look at you, the unclouded eyes of a child, able to see the world for what it really is. Probably helps that one of the, you know, fucking big dogs in charge kind of like raped your crush in front of you. You're like, man, this whole place kind of sucks, huh?
滅びればいい。
I mean, you not really.
なんだお前は。誰の許しを得てここへ来た? 下がれ下がれ。逆賊の娘風情が殿下の御前を汚しおって、下がらぬとあらば切って捨てるぞ。
待て、構わぬ。
しかし殿下、
世が良いと言っている。それにお前は意を唱えるのか。
Like, wow, when you put it like that.
皆下がれ。世が呼ぶまでは戻るでない。桜子殿、桜子殿、その何を言えばいいんだ。
Mm-hmm.
何を言えるんだ。
And things might have not as gone, you know, so smoothly between the two of them as it did in the hero route, since, you know, Kagyaki wasn't there to kind of, you know, be a sane person in giving him advice.
この人に対して僕はあの時何も。
No, I have to edit stuff. No. No. 53 minutes. Jesus. Just let it be this. Don't make it be like any other scene transitions. There we go. Okay.
何も言えない。
Yeah, it's kind of awkward after that.
言うわけがない。歯科学入試。
Oof.
これでいい。これでいいんだ。まだよ。アッキの棟梁。
What?
あなたにはすることがあるでしょう。アッキの棟梁。そうか。僕はもう六春の長として、アッキの王としてしか。
Yeah, you know, just let her kill you and then she'll feel better, right?
この中にいられないんだ。ならちゃんと僕は
embrace the darkness. You know, let off a real big villain line, so that way it's more cathartic when she kills you. A little bit of a lover suicide thing going on here. Some people think it's romantic. I just think it's fucking dumb. But yeah, fitting end for them, I suppose. Like, we told you that girl was a hussy. You should have fucking listened.
どうしたの？鎌倉上空に進駐軍のガレーキープが再び現れました。
Like, well, ain't that just fucking
ガ
grand?
レーキープが間違いないの？はっ、今さら何をす
Like,
るつもりだ？
can't they see this whole battle thing's kind of taking a backseat to, you know, the whole Ginseigo thing? Muramasa and I see it at almost the same time. Tiny shapes slumped against the wall.
ちょちょまる。
いや、早いね、お兄さん。もうちょっとかかるかと思ったんだけど。
Chochomaru is injured. At a glance, I can tell that the wound is not light. The clinical part of my brain assesses the damage, measures the blood on the floor, and reaches a simple conclusion. She is dying. Not even a Tsurugi could close this wound before her life has fled.
どういうことだ？
Also, how is her healing factor, now that we mention it, you know? It's like normally, you know, the Tsurugi enhances the pilot's, you know, natural healing, but if the Tsurugi and the pilot are one and the same, does it still work the same way, or like, what's the mechanics there?
最後の最後でヘマやっちまいました。
誰にやられた？
ライチョウ。
お弓久保に。
Yeah, you saw me for what I really was, and you just kind of kicked my shit real quick.
国氏を殺しに行くところだってのがバレて、いやきつい一発もらいました。
She laughs through bloodless lips.
バカみていらんことして地雷踏んで。
Yeah, it's like maybe you should have, like, you know, unarmed yourself a little, so that way you don't look as threatening or suspicious.
想定外のアクシデントが多かったから念には念をのつもりだったんだけど。
Especially if it's like an unknown thing that you know, quote unquote, have a Tsurugi. If you suddenly appear with one, he's like, huh, that's weird.
だって本当は陰謀ってのにとことん向いてなかったのかもね。
Not really, you're a little too honest and a little too stupid, but, you know.
向いていなかった。
You gave it your best shot. You tried. The words fall from my lips, unbidden, perhaps a vain attempt to prolong the end. I can feel her fading away in my arms, and nothing I can do will stop it.
きっと他にもやり方はあった。あったはずだ。
あったのか。
I don't know, fucking maybe.
例えばお兄さんに一緒にいてほしいって思ったなら。
You know, maybe love would have saved you. She reaches out with one trembling hand.
力ずくで洗脳なんかしなくてもこうして。
Her hand closes on my index finger. Her grip is feeble but warm.
一緒にいてっておね、そうしたら聞いてくれた？
He probably would have tried to help you, but I don't know if he would have been like yours.
でも
You could have been like a part of Team Muramasa, though, you know, with the other groupies. Her hand falls away.
では力ずくで奪う方をもう選んじゃったから失 敗したからって今さらお願いなんかしないもんね。
Yeah. Things are a little too far past that juncture to, turn back now.
来るよ
You should probably duck and cover.
空
Maybe don't look at it. That's the one thing they tell you not to do with a nuclear explosion is, like, just stare at it with wide open eyes. Chichimaru points her chin at the window. I turn, realizing even as I do that once again, I was too late. There, a speck of light falling from on high, and beneath it shines the silver star.
良き敵であったな。どうたぬき正君か。歴史に名を残しただけのことはある。ミド、どうした？先ほどから上ばかり気にかけて。何かちょろちょろしておるな。
The
あれ
vibe,
が気に
though.
障るのか。
新規修練。
ミド、何をする？
備えろ村正。
Yep,
なんだか知らんが
but it's bad.
なんだか知らんが恐ろしく忌まわしいものがやってくる。
何？なんだ？あれは？
It's a white woman.
考えるな。考えてもわからん。最大の力で抑え込む。
承知。
ブラックホールフェアリーズ。
八幡宮で見せた。
If the nuke detonates in your mini black hole, is it going to be like one of those black holes where it shoots out the fuck, I forgot what they're called. But essentially, if like a black hole absorbs like a big enough star and it has like enough fucking mass in it, it'll just kind of eject shit out the top and bottom. You can look at like astronomical drawings of it, and you're just gonna use like that as like the laser to bore through into the earth. A howling void opens above Ginseigo and swallows the glittering dots. Yeah, like that.
この神奇の渦で飲み込めぬものが。
これは
The thing is unthinking, unknowing, uncaring, not cognizant of anything at all, as even the smallest insects are. Not intelligent, alive, but empty. Empty? What? No, it has a heart. A mighty heart, unfettered by conscience. Pure, untainted, absolute. Bursting with a single primal emotion. Uh-oh. Hate. It feels hate. Not hate as humans understand it. Not murderous rage or icy malice, or a child wishing his parents dead. Those are but pale manifestations. This is hate as a force of nature. Mindless, perfect, empty yet full. It is, in a word, darkness. The great black pit that swallows the sun. The elemental evil that bears no guilt. Ultimate rejection of goodness and light. Hatred enough to fill the universe. What force can prevail against such darkness? Life? Love? The bonds people share? And a kiss? Can sweet words banish this darkness? Am I supposed to be impressed? No, Muramami!
漏れる。
そんな。カカ様のあの術が破られるっていうの？
ダメか。ダメなのか。
Why is my mouse wheel spinning? What's loading? Nothing? Okay. Probably just Google Chrome eating a bunch of RAM in the background. Life succumbs to death. Affection fades in time. Betrayal severs the strongest bonds. Love? Maybe love is strong. Maybe love's light is the brightest of all. But darkness is always a little bit stronger. Don't you see? You'll never win. For good things always turn to rot and let the evil in. I mean, if you look at if you look at it as like a natural state of the universe, darkness is like the natural state, you know. The void of space is only lit up by the individual specks that are stars and whatnot. They are what is going against the norm.
お乙女の一年なめるでないわ
Yeah, the power of autism will overcome all! Don't struggle. It's pointless. You have no hope. Doesn't matter how hard you fight, darkness will win in the end.
それがどうした愛は儚いかもしれぬ弱いものかもしれぬ移ろいやすいのかもしれぬだが構わぬ、光は永遠の愛など求めない
But when you have it, it's the strongest thing there
一
is.
瞬でいい一瞬の真実さえ得られるならこの命には確かな意味があった闇よ貴様は最後に必ず
yeah,
勝
you
つ
know.
のだな
Entropy and like the heat death of the universe, and eventually there will be nothing but darkness.
ならば貴様の存在こそがかつて光が存在したことを証明するされだけ貴様などお呼びではないこの世の果てでいつまでも出番を待っているがいい
Oh.
消えた
Like, huh.
教授消えてしまいましたが炭蔵雷弾も銀星号も
Like, is she gone, or is she just, you know, get blasted so hard and fast by the fucking force of the explosion that she herself got propelled into the ground? It's like, what was it? I want to say there was a nuclear test, where, you know, it's underground. It was an underground test. So, you know, they got to put the bomb down there somehow. So they, like, drill a tunnel. And then they, like, capped it off like a manhole. And it's like, when they did the test, they saw on the camera that the fucking manhole disappeared. And they, like, calculated at the speed it was going. It likely fucking reached escape velocity, and they just fucking launched it into outer space. Like, that shit was gone. But like that in reverse, instead of getting launched up, you know, she just kind of went dunk into the ground really fucking hard like a lawn dart.
違うよ
She's got the shape for it.
消えていない
Oh.
極小の黒点になった
That's bad?
限界以上に高められた重力によって自ら崩壊したのだ
失敗したということですか
いや成功だ
Okay.
重力の渦である黒点は地球中心方向へ向かって落下する
It's being pulled by gravity and will just, you know, bore a hole due to its immense mass? It'll like crush everything underneath it? Yeah, the multiple beams. What's up with that?
これ水
ほ
教授、腕が、
Yeah, what?
腕が、
What's
腕
happening?
がガラスみたいに。
Oh, glass.
足も。
What?
素晴らしい。この光、神の命を宿した水。
What?
剣の元素だ。おお、何もかもが水晶のように。
Why?
金属の水晶。
Ugh.
剣鍛造という過程を経ずに濃密な水を浴びれば、このように純粋に神の一部となるのだ。万物を結びつけるアガペ。やはりそうか。これがクリスタルナハトの真実だったのだ。
No?
エーマイナル・アドルフ、あれを神の啓示と見たあなたは正しかった。
I don't know about that one, Wolf. Unless, you know, it went different.
あなたを信じた僕は正しかった。僕の無双、神の推定は正しかった。見える。僕には見えるぞ。宇宙の果てから訪れた金属の生命。あなたを理解したのはこの
Good
僕
old
だ。
silicon-based life forms.
あなたを導いたのはこの僕だ。あなたを犯したのはこの僕だ。このウォルフラム・ホン・ジーワスが地球に覚醒をもたらした。
I mean, there's certainly a change, whether it's good or not. You're turning into rock candy, bud.
新たなる世界よ、新たなる時代よ、黄金の夜明けよ。ジークハイル。
Okay. Bye. Later, bitch. You know you're a Nazi. Yeah, I mean, it's to be expected. You know, I don't want to make any assumptions. I know it's the 40s and you're a German, and it's kind of like that's the baseline, but you know, it's a different timeline. You know, I don't want to make any assumptions, but yikes.
柱が。相模湾か。
From the bay, no, from the ocean beyond, a massive pillar rises, the largest by far. It reaches past even the clouds, as though to loft its creator to the highest heaven.
届いた。届いたんだ。お姫は
She went down into the
神の
earth.
座に。
It's like, yeah, that's bad.
村正。
空に。
Oh. That's like one of my kidney stones. Not quite. A second sun.
夜明けだ。
Man, it's gonna be real fucking loud right now.
黄金
Unless you
の
can't hear it because you're dying and there's like no blood left in your brain. Okay, so what now? It's time to pose that eternal question. Be not to be or not to be, we ask. So let's begin this comedy. Romanticist ring, thunder howls, loyal dogs sink teeth and soft flesh. Ernest calls. Yeah. We've fucking seen this. I'll let it play out instead of just skipping right past it. I'm not reading it. We've read it too many times. I don't care. Yeah, Beast of the Plains. So, it's like up in space now. Can it just like drift away? Into the sun or something? Beast of the Plain. Yeah. All that good stuff. Little Demon Muramasa. Well now, with the advent of God's arrival in this scene, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we're going to have to end things for today. Once again, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. See you guys all next time for the next episode of Full Metal Demon Muramasa, where we will pick up with God's arrival and how that changes things. It's the end days. There's red cows and the fucking I don't know. I'm actually not that familiar with end time scripture, but I know something about fucking red cows in Israel or whatever. And like that's it, because I read this story one time about people, they're fucking trying to like genetically breed cows that are red so that way they can fucking usher in Judgment Day or whatever. Evangelicals people. They're fucking wackos. And if you are one, sorry, you're whack. Catch you guys later. Bye. Mwah.